There was a baker who used to sell cakes at half price at night after the bakery was closed. He was practically doing everyone a favor, but unfortunately, some black people had mistreated him. I used to buy regularly from him until one day I went there to buy something with my white friends, and he rejected me. He told my friend he would sell to anyone but me. I was extremely confused. What do I have to do with what the other people who look like me did? My friend saw the sadness and confusion on my face, and do you know what he told me? He told me it was messed up what was done to me, but that I had to understand the side of the baker because a lot of blacks do bad things. I didn't take his pathetic excuse well, but I didn't know what to say at the time to him, so I kept my mouth shut. And it was funny how he was trying to comfort the baker instead of me. I also didn't like how every white person saw the injustice and pretended like it wasn't happening, like it wasn't their problem. Everything's funny until it happens to you, right? What if I had flipped the script? What if I had used what whites did to justify the wrongdoings of the blacks who mistreated the baker? And how does punishing me solve anything? Revenge isn't about justice, it's about someone hurting your ego. They made you feel weak and powerless, and now you're taking your power back, but in the worst way possible. The baker's character was badly exposed. All along, all of his life, he's been tolerating those who don't look like him. As soon as someone gave him a reason to be able to unleash the racism in his heart, he did it. What if whites mistreated him? Would he stop serving all those people who look like his perpetrators? No. Why? When you find out the answer to that question, know that that applies to everyone else, yeah? It's the same with rich people. Some people consider the rich to be mean because they look down on others who are not in their position. That's not always the case. People who aren't in their position are jealous and envious, and so they mistreat them. They think it's okay to steal or take away from them since they have so much, which makes the rich resentful, which can lead to them being mean and looking down on those who lack what they possess. It's a vicious circle. But if the rich dare to complain, the others will say that they have to understand their side. It's not easy being and having less than they have, therefore, any kind of hate or mistreatment coming from the loser party is justified. How does that make any sense, you fool? You know there are people out there who have much less than you do, correct? What if that's their justification to do whatever evil they wish to do to you? I live in the hood, my parents weren't there, I failed school, and I can't get a job, so, you either give me all of your money, clothes, and phone or I will kill you for it. It's your fault for being more blessed than I am. Don't blame me, blame society. It's not my fault that I can't get a pretty woman. Why do you only accept rich, tall, and handsome men? Why do they get to have sex and I don't? Give me what I want, or I will force myself on you. You understand their side, don't you? Evil happened to them, and they're using evil to feel good. Life circumstances didn't care about them, why should they care for you? Even if you somehow, in a non-sarcastic way, agree with this twisted logical ideology, you do understand that people still have to suffer the consequences of their actions, right? Even if behind every evil act is a painful memory, a painful catalyst, or painful reasoning, evil must be dealt with, correct? I don't have to understand anyone's side but mine. I don't have to tolerate anything from anyone. If other people expect me to understand their side when they do evil to me, they should understand my side when I did something that led them to do that evil. Because if that were the case, they wouldn't have done it. Therefore, this all comes down to selfishness, a lack of respect, and empathy. The other person is not me, so I don't have to put myself in their shoes, and I don't have to care what I do to them. I'm so sorry for what happened to you, but taking it out on others isn't the solution. Because if you do evil when evil was done to you, then you're showing God that you deserve that evil.